Using loops has saved us a lot of time in typing up to this point, but even using loops can be a lot of work if you have to write them out multiple times. In this exercise, we are going to learn about a new way to reuse our code in multiple places without having to write it out each time using something called a function. To use a function, all we need to do is give it a name and then define what it does. Once we do these two things, we can reuse the function as many times as we want, simply by calling the name of the function. To do this, we're going to need to use one last method called dwarf.customFunction. In order to define what it is that this function will do, we will set dwarf.customFunction equal to a function with both a set of parentheses and a set of curly braces. Inside the set of curly braces, we will write out what we would like the dwarf.customFunction to do, just like how we did when we were writing our loops. After this, we can run the code that is within our function by simply calling dwarf.customFunction whenever we need to use it. Using a function like this will be useful when there is code that needs to be repeated often, but requires other commands in between function calls, instead of looping the same code over and over again. Look at this last exercise, figure out what groups of commands will be used several times, and then define those within the dwarf.custom function.